Hello and welcome back to the Vision Board Blueprints podcast, the podcast that gives you the blueprints to bring your dreams to reality. And today, I'm not going to be bringing a guest here. You're going to be listening to just myself today for a very special exclusive episode on journaling with your vision board. 42% of people are more likely to achieve their dreams and their desires if they journal on their goals. That is an incredible statistic. So, journaling can be a very, very powerful tool to enhance your journey towards achieving your visions. So, you may be new to journaling, or you may have dabbled into it, or maybe you are an active journaler on a daily basis. Now, journaling, can't get my words out today, can be super powerful. But if you are new to journaling, here is a few little tips to help you. So, first of all, find like a nice notepad, get creative with it, get yourself a nice pen. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I find if you've got a nice notepad, you've got a nice pen, you're more inclined to want to actually journal. So, get yourself the tools that you need to journal. Find a pocket of time in your day where you can journal. Maybe you need to anchor that onto an already existing habit, and that's absolutely fine. For example, if you wake up, have a coffee, boil in the kettle, that's like a minute to 2 minutes where you can journal. Or maybe sitting there with your cup of coffee, you've got 5 minutes where you can journal. Or just before you go to bed, after you've done your skincare routine, making sure you spend that 5 minutes just before you get into bed and use your journal in that time. But anchor it onto a habit that you've already got. Look at your existing habits and see where you can anchor that journaling on for you. For me, I anchor my journaling with my morning routine. So when I get up in the morning, I connect with the universe. I say good morning. I connect with my Reiki energy. I journal and I pull a card and I connect with my crystals. So that is my morning routine that I've created as a habit. Now, what can you do to bring that journaling into your habits? Now, the benefits of journaling: less stress, more productive, clearer on what you want. The benefits are endless, okay? But what I'm going to be specifically talking about today is the benefits when it comes to your vision board journaling. So, by putting pen to paper, you can clarify your thoughts, set those intentions, and track your progress much more effectively. So one of the key benefits of journaling is it can help you stay focused and motivated. Writing down your goals, okay, what you want, those dreams, those desires, writing them down and the steps that you need to take to achieve that vision board dream, and being accountable. You can track back to what you've written. So for example, maybe you have created a vision board, and your vision board is, you've got on there a dream to grow your business, to bring more financial freedom into your life. Now, by writing down that in your journal, well, what do I need to do to achieve that? What steps do I need to take to achieve that financial freedom? How many more clients do I need to serve? How many products do I need to sell in order to achieve that? Writing these down in your journal, you're getting clearer rather than it all staying messy in your head, okay? We don't want no spaghetti junctions here. We want crystal clear roads, like the Route 66 directions. We want it clear, we want a straight direction. And when we journal and write it down, that can help us create that straight road to that dream and that desire. So journaling also allows you to reflect on your achievements and also setbacks. So we all have setbacks. We all get, like, maybe take the wrong direction or the wrong route now, or life throws a curveball at us. Now, that is one of the things life does to us all. We get these curveballs, we get these blocks in the road, okay? by using our journal, we can work through that. Okay. We can process that block. We can look at the positive achievements from that block, or the positivity that may have, we have learned from that block. Okay. Everything in life is sent to testers or learn a lesson. So when we are journaling on this, we are understanding that lesson. Okay. Rather than creating it into a negativity, we are able to take the positives from that lesson and look at how we can move forward from that lesson that we have been presented. So it can also help you visualize. So when you are using a journal for vision boarding, or specifically with our vision board, you can visualize your dreams with that journal. You can write down things like your ideal day. You can write down things like, what do I want to achieve? How do I want that to look for myself? And write that down in a written format. Therefore, our brain can process it as a visual image as well. So making the goals feel more tangible and achievable is a great way that our journal can help us when it comes to vision boards. So, sometimes when we have these big goals, these big audacious goals that we've got, sometimes they can feel so far-fetched. Sometimes they can feel so big that it's overwhelmingly big. But when we journal on that, we can break that down and it becomes much more tangible, easier, and manageable, that we will achieve that vision and that desires. So, for example, one of my big audacious goals right now is an app. I'd love to have, a vision board app. Okay. And I'd love to have these podcasts on an app. I'd love to have an app that people get daily prompts, like affirmation prompts. People can create a vision board in the app. But that goal is so far out of my reach. I have no experience in app building. I have no financial assets that I can use to create the app, and I don't know where to start. Okay. So right now, that goal is so big. Okay. But when I start working on that, I will break that down. Well, what do I need to do first? What's the next step? And then that will all mold together and bring that vision to life as a whole, but it'll be much more manageable and achievable when I break it down. Okay. So one of the big things that vision boards and journaling is really good, using together, using as a partnership, is it can bring clarity. So bringing that clarity in what you actually want, bringing the clarity. So some people will often put things on their vision board that they think they want, or they think that's the next step, or maybe it's what a partner wants for them, or maybe it's just what they think is expected of them. But when you are tapping into your journal on that specific goal and that dream, then you might actually find, well, actually, it's not that important to me right now. So I don't really want to do that. And it can bring clarity. It can also bring clarity in a way of, where you have the big vision, like I just spoke about, the big audacious vision. But when you journal on that, it can really help break that down and make that clearer as how you're going to get there. The next thing with your vision board and your journal that working in a coalition together is motivation. Okay. So when we use our journal with our vision board, we can really tap into the motivational energy, really get excited about that vision, really get, what do I need to do today? What steps do I need to take today? Really get that motivation energy from writing down the excitement, the feeling of, what you want to achieve. Like, For me right now, I'm organising a vision board summit event. Now, if you are following me on the socials, you may have already seen this, but if you are not, please do head over and give me a follow. And what is really lighting my fire and really motivating me is I know the impact this event is going to have on so many people. I know how many people are going to walk away from this event and be really inspired and really be able to move themselves and their business forward. So that is in motivating me. But in order to get to where I am right now with this event, I've had to journal on that. I've had to work out like what's important, what do I want from the event, how's the event going to help me, how's the event going to help my clients. And I've really had to, use my journal to motivate me to really bring this event to life. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is reflection. Okay, now journaling is a great way to reflect not only on our current life and what we're doing right now, but also on our past. Okay, now some things from our past hold us back to achieve our future. Okay, and what the journal can do, it can help bridge that gap for you. It can help bridge from like a past experience that's holding you back. It could be, maybe some form of bullying or procrastination or something that it could even be a big trigger. It doesn't have to be just little ones. It could be a big or a little trigger. That could then stop you from achieving what you want to achieve in the future. But by journaling on that, you can understand the patterns, the triggers, the blocks that are showing up for you time and time again and breaking them down. So the reflection part of actually looking back and reflecting on what you're doing now that's holding you back, you can bridge that gap together and work through that. And journaling is a great tool to help you work through any traumas that you may have gone, no matter how big or small they are. So the next thing I want to talk about is visualization. Now, obviously, vision board is a very visual thing to do, but not everybody is actually able to visualize. And I've recently learned a lot more about this. And it is called aphantasia. If you do go back through my podcast, you will find that we did have an incredible guest called Sassy on, who talked about aphantasia in a very, very very, very different way. And it's a great thing to actually have the knowledge, because there's more people who have this than what we realize. So aphantasia in a nutshell is the inability to visualize. Okay, so when I say vision boards are a very visual tool, not everybody can visualize. So what your journal can help you do is help you visualize it in a written format. So you're writing your dream, but maybe you're not actually visualizing the image or the picture, but you can speak about it, you can talk about it, you can discuss it, and the journaling will help you build that excitement up for that dream and that desire. So although you may not be able to actually visualize it, this is just for those who do have aphantasia. Everybody else should be able to write their vision as if it was happened. We should be able to write that vision as if we've achieved it, like a day in our dream life. These are the sort of things that we want to visualize using our journals that are going to help you with your vision board. The next thing we want to talk through is creativity. Okay, so having a journal will allow you to be more creative. It will allow you to tap into your creative energy, tap into your creative side, openly write about things that you may not have spoke about, and being creative and just letting your pen do the writing. Now, I'm just going to mention quickly here is I say about creativity, but journaling doesn't always have to be a big, long essay, okay? Journaling can be bullet points. It can be spider diagrams. It could be art journaling. Journaling can be, writing a letter to somebody. It can be just one line. It could be, it can be absolutely anything. Some of my biggest journaling breakthroughs have been actually like brain dump sessions using a spider diagram. That's creativity. That's tapping into that creative energy. It's tapping into what is available to me and using that to move forward, drive forward. When I've got like a big spider diagram or a big brain dump that I need to do, I journal on that and then I break it down. And that's when obviously the clarity comes in, the motivation comes in to move things forward. This is where I will look what's going to hold me back, what's going to stop me. This is where I can then visualize a bit more clearer because I've got that clarity of what I want to achieve. So yeah, creativity is a great way to tap into that creative energies that we have inside us. And then the last thing that I want to really, really zone in on here is working through the blocks. Okay, now there's everybody. Okay, if you tell me you do never have a block or you've got no fears or you don't procrastinate or anything, I'll just laugh at you. Okay, because everybody, no matter how much work you have done on yourself, we all have room to grow. Okay, we all have room to move forward, and that may mean working through something. Okay, working through could just be the tiniest of blocks, okay? But they're there, okay? Working through those blocks, working through and, being able to journal on them, establishing what they are in the first place, asking yourself, well, how can I move forward from this? What actions do I need to take? What movements do I need to do? What work do I need to do? Because we all have that inner work to do, okay? Every one of us has inner work that needs to be done. And working through those blocks with your journal will then help your dreams and your desires come closer to you because you are going to be more open to them. And this is exactly why I absolutely love journaling. But here's a little story. I never used to journal. So when I was first told, oh, journal on it, and I was reading all the books, listening to all the gurus, listening to YouTubes, listening to podcasts, there would often be journal, ask yourself these questions, and I'd never do it. Okay, not because I didn't feel I didn't need it, I didn't understand it. Okay, I didn't realize what the benefits were. I didn't realize, to me, journaling was just keeping a diary. I didn't realize the difference in journaling and keeping a diary. So I didn't do it. And it took me about 3 years to actually start to take the actions and journal. First, I began just using a gratitude journal. And then I developed that a little bit more. And then I developed that a little bit more. And then now I do journaling on a regular, everyday basis using cards like oracle cards, using crystals, and using my own questions that I need to ask myself. So don't be like Lisa, okay? Don't be like me and don't wait 3 years before you start journaling. Use this as your inspiration to start today. And I'm going to give you now some journal prompts that are going to help you get started. Okay. So the first one is, these are linked to vision boarding. So if you don't have a vision board, please use them in a term of a goal. So we all have a goal of some sort. So use it in respect of a goal. My vision board makes me feel. So number one, my vision board makes me feel. Number two, why is having a vision board important to me? And number three, what steps am I taking today towards my vision board dreams and desires? Number four, how will you feel when you achieve your big vision? And number five, what part of your vision board motivates you? Okay, so those are 5 journal prompts to get you started. Now, I do have 100 journal prompts available. It is available on Amazon as a journal. It's a physical copy. I will drop the link in the show notes, and that will give you a daily journal prompt for 100 days to get you really connected, really inspired, and really motivated with your vision board. If you do have any questions, do feel free to ask in the show notes below. Other than that, I will let you go. I will see you next week on the Vision Board Blueprints podcast, the podcast that gives you the blueprints to bring your dreams to reality.